so we got this board. And we need to do some basic diagnostic stuff on it. It's got a lot of hot glue holding these heat sinks on, so I was going to remove them. Maybe I won't. So, this board. Main thing I'm concerned with on this board is diagnosing all of the spots on it that have corrosion and getting them addressed. There are quite a few spots here. I think I'm going to end up using... yeah, I understand it's blocking the view. But I'm going to end up using 2 different microscopes because, like, there's no other way for me to set this up where the microscope is not. So we got a lot of this. Like stuff like that where it's just crazy. Well, I need to look at it first. I haven't even looked at it yet. But there's crazy amounts of corrosion. Like, all I've done at this point is done like some cursory looks. We're going to see, the big problem here is that, like, this, you can't get parts for this stuff anymore. So they definitely still want to have it attempted to be fixed. But our first thing after we get done with this here is, yeah, thankfully I don't have that much stuff. We got some over here. Yeah, everything, all the parts and everything are generally fine. Yeah, that's gone. I feel like the only thing holding this on is corrosion. Yep. That's gone. So that would need to be replaced. That would need to be replaced. Yeah, that's just entirely toasted on both sides all the way through. So that was R51 is what that was. And that one's still on there, surprisingly, so we'll just keep that there. And then if we go in a little bit over to here, let's see, we got the same problem here. And this is R36. I'm recording them on video. So this is the, like, and obviously we can tell, we can look up bands and stuff. Yeah, that's just completely, that through hole is completely gone. And there's frickin' corrosion all over this board. Alright, so I need to switch over to this. It would be 100 bucks plus all of the cost of me ordering all of the resistors and capacitors. Man, this thing is, just the way this is designed, it's basically impossible to get in here and see what I need to with my good microscope. So I'm reading this, and I need to go up and to the left, which is there. So this was my concern with this, is that there's corrosion inside of this board, which I'm 100% certain there is now, looking at this. Because you can see this, like, there's the area where the green is, which is the subsurface copper. And then you have this white area that goes around this. And I'm pretty sure it's just all corrosion. Yeah, the repair would be $100 plus the cost of all the resistors. And whatever other components I would need to replace. And then the other side of this is, it is a single layer board. This is the other part of this. That's actually a huge problem. Because this is the bottom. Let's see if I can even get you. So this is the bottom of one of those extremely large capacitors. Which I have this feeling like when it went, it took a whole bunch of stuff with it. Which is, you know, great. It's just great. So my thing, what I want to do is, let's switch back to this. See how far back I need to go to see what I'm looking at here. There we go. What do I look at? I want to see if I can get continuity between this and right here. Let's see if I can get continuity between those 2 points on the board. If I cannot, then this board is immediately... Okay, so we still have it on that side. And let's verify it on the other side. So that's just a ground plane. Okay. Okay, so I guess let's go through and make marks on the board next to everything that would need to be replaced. All right. I need to dry off the center of this board. All right. Things that would definitely need to be replaced. That. All three of these. 1, 2, 3. These fuse holders. Whatever this battery is. This battery connector. Not seeing anything else over here that stands out. I need to check something. Let's go to the big boy. I'm seeing something that's worrying to me. Alright. So this is what's worrying me at the moment. While this may be a single layer board, there's board separation there. Because if there's a gap between this, which it definitely looks like there is, that means there could be way more corrosion in here than I could physically see, and I would have to, like, that'd be just something I wouldn't want to deal with at all. Yeah, so this is a good example. As I mean, you can see there's stuff that's just down in there. Ugh. This is just super annoying. All right, so more things that need to be replaced. This, all three of those, this right there, which you can't even see. So that would need to be replaced as well, because that's the component that he brought in for me. And then all of these individual wires need to be replaced. There's another one. So the other thing is I can't see if there's anything underneath this or anything underneath this. This side of this all looks fine. I think hidden back here, there's 2 more parts that need replacing. What is this plate even connected to? Maybe nothing? I mean, I can see the trace, and it goes to this, which I'm assuming is like a power connector. Nothing. I should definitely get something across one of these guys. But I am getting a nothing. And I'm curious what this is. Like, when you look at this, there's... looks like there was a wire attached to this. Or something. Down here at the bottom. Yeah, I should pull that back up again. Like, my thing is, I don't plan on working on this. There's too much damage, and I'm not going to put a whole bunch of time into this thing just for it not to work at all. So some of the other damage that I have to contend with is this. Where am I? Where there's damage under the board, and I am definitely no longer getting continuity from some of this. Yeah, so like that specifically, I'm not getting anything. So now I am, but that one's fine. This one is not. So this trace is dead. So I don't have continuity from here to here at all. Yeah, and we can see, yeah, that's gone right through there. Where does this go? I can probably fix that trace though. My other big thing that I'm currently concerned about is this, where this actually died on this board. Alright, we're gonna mess around for a second. Alright. I want to see what it's gonna be, what's gonna be involved in removing some of these wires and replacing them. Kind of go from there, because it's just wires, so nothing too complex there. And then this will give me a better indication if there's actually something going on inside the board as well. And I have some replacement wire here, so I'll be ready to go with that. So this is what I'm removing right now. What are you doing, Tech? Have you been a Russian spy this whole time? Trying to steal American technology secrets from me? That's what I'm currently working on desoldering, is this. So actually, once you get all that... So, there's one main thing that I'm looking for with this, which that kind of confirms my suspicion. That's all I needed to see. So, the fact that this is... You can see there's that kink in the board and it's black. That means there's corrosion inside of the actual PCB. Even though it's a single layer. Let me see if I can... Alright. So, on this... Oh, what is this? This off on my desk. Anyways. So, this part is on top of the motherboard. This is where there was a bunch of corrosion. 100% you should see that there. This sits through the board. And then this is the actual PCB layer right there. And then this sticks out the bottom of the board. So, by looking at this, you can see that right there, there is corrosion inside the board. Because that is not exposed to air, it's not exposed to anything else, and you can see the same line on this side. So, I am not going to take the time and be like, yo, I can totally fix this. You just need to, you know, pay me a couple $100 and then it'll all be working. Like, look, even this, that is below the board line. So there's other problems that I wouldn't necessarily see just below the board line. And that's, yeah, that's like, it's like super, super malleable right now. So that's, again, it's unfortunate, but like this is going to be like this isn't something that I'm going to take a risk fixing, because I'm going to replace this wire that I just removed. But beyond that, this is a no from me, dog, unfortunately. And I wish it wasn't. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the hunt to see if we can find a replacement for this. There's a good chance that there isn't. So that's, again, that's just a huge problem. I'm not going to risk spending a bunch of time on this and then being like, bro, I spent all that time and money and it's still not working. Alright, let's see how close we are in thickness between these two wires. I think we're pretty close on that, right? Yeah. Only thing with this wire is this is that, it's coated. Well, the company went out of business. That's the thing. So it's not like you could just even take it to them if you wanted to. Alright, so I should be able to just heat this up. One side of the wire through there. Like, I know you guys can't see this, but there's no way for me to actually help you see this because of the weird angle this thing is at. Flip that over, and we'll flip this over. Again, I'm getting no luck with these things. Alright, so we're going to add some solder to that. We're going to add some solder to that. Just need to make sure we break through the coating on here a little bit. Add some flux. Add some flux. And now we're going to add some solder. And we're going to add some solder. And then, make sure we have continuity. We have continuity. And then we just take this wire and we do that. There's one. This is where tech comes in and tells me that that this wire that I'm using would last longer if I just used it right. And there we go. And then on the other side of the board, we now have a single shiny red wire, which we will go through and do that. So that's what we just did. And then we're going to do the same thing with this guy because he's no longer soldered in there. And then we'll take a look at this the same way we did the other one. And again, you can see the black line on the board, or the black line that's here. This is inside, this black line that you see right there is inside the board. So it's not like it's exposed to oxygen or something. This side wasn't so bad, so the corrosion hadn't gotten to this, but you can see how bad the corrosion was starting to get. It's crazy. So those are the two wires I just replaced. Yeah, and you can see, like, I went through and did it. It's not worth it going for me to go through and do this to everything, especially with the parts that are missing and damaged. So I'm gonna call this here, unfortunately. I'm going to call this guy and say, look, man, there's so much damage on this thing. There's so many things that need to be replaced that, like, you're kind of on your own on this. I don't know. Yeah, I know. It's like, it'd be better for me to just completely rebuild this board from scratch, which is next to impossible. Like, I can send this off to a PCB guy who can rebuild this, but because I see there are some chips on here. All of this stuff can be transferred over to something like that. All right, let's see what we can find. All right, so we found, this is the actual, like, service manual for this thing, and here's the circuit board layout, showing everything that this does. And here is this actual board right here. Here we go. We can get the whole piano for, $1,000. Yeah. There you go, $350. Posted 6 years ago. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's out there. So, call this guy and say, hey man, I looked at everything. You're kind of SOL on this. All right, let's see if this works. This probably is not going to work. There you go. Now it's reconnected in a loop. Like, why would you need this, like, this loop? The only thing I can think of here is that this is like someone just bypassing this. Oh, you know what? I see what they're doing. I 100% get it now. So someone's got this wire here, and this wire was soldered onto this, and all someone did is they bypassed. Yeah, we'll clean this up. We'll do that at least. We'll be nice in that regard. Someone bypassed this battery by just connecting this wire to this plate. So let's get that out of there. At least we'll have a little bit of fun cleaning this up. So let's get this out of here. Now I need to find the other side of that on the board, which is this. At least I know where our parts are on this. All right, so let's get this out of here. Let's correct this thing for them, at least minorly. There we go. So all we did is we just cleaned up this little area right here. But again, it just comes back to there's too many parts on this thing to actually go through in place and replace. And for the cost of what it would take to actually repair this, I'm pretty sure you could just buy a whole new keyboard or piano when all is said and done. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you liked that video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I stream daily on Twitch at twitch.tv/SpecVengeance. And yeah, if you want to learn more about my services, check out Bradenton PC Repair.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.